Today marks a major turning point in Priory Pharmacy. Behind its doors, a state-of-the-art dispensing robot is being installed, a move that will transform the way this pharmacy operates. We're taking behind the scenes to show you exactly what it takes to bring this cutting-edge technology to life. Come with me.
Good morning, my name's Prab and I'm the owner of Priory Pharmacy. It's incredibly early and we are at day one of our pharmacy refit as we're having a Meditech robot installed. So we're starting in the back of our pharmacy in the dispensary and we're going to have this wall, which we've already pre-prepared. It's going to be knocked out and we're going to lose part of the storage area. And if you come through, it's quite shocking for us and a little bit bittersweet as we designed this dispensary with the help of Tarek from Titan PMR, and we're about to have it all removed today. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 batch flow stations, and in its place the robot is going to take over this whole side of the pharmacy, and then we're going to lose all this storage area, and this is where the dispensers are going to start dispensing from. So they're going to be based on this side. So it's going to be a huge change, but one that we're really excited for and looking forward to seeing this process occur and how it all comes together. This build is going to take approximately a week. So today is Saturday. The shop fitters are going to come in and we're going to remove and prepare all this space for the robot. Starting on Monday, the Meditech team are going to arrive with the lorry, and it's going to take them about a week to do the full install of the robot. Hopefully by sort of Wednesday, Thursday, the main build should be done, and Friday's all going to be about testing and commissioning the robot. Hopefully then that Saturday and Sunday, I will then spend all my time here in the pharmacy, ideally loading the robot so we can remove all the drugs that are currently stored here, get that inside so that by the following Monday, we are fully operational and ready to serve patients again. If we look at what the space was originally used for, here we had a batch flow station. With Titan PMR and their system, we could dispense up to 30 patients simultaneously here. Same again here, this was another batch flow station, so there was a PC here, and we would have probably another 20 to 30 baskets all lined up here. And once again, it's how we were able to dispense so efficiently. The pharmacy, when I originally bought it, started at 1,000 items and we're currently just under 16, and it's because of using this type of technology is how we're able to dispense so quickly and efficiently for our patients. We were really fortunate with our space when we designed it with Tarek. So we had once again another batch flow station here, so there was also a PC here, and we also had another PC here and one here, and there was another batch flow station here. Obviously, it's going to be a huge and fundamental change, not just for myself, but also for my team. As off the robot, we're only going to have 3 workstations, and we're going to try and move some other stations around to accommodate everybody. But we're really excited about the process and the next steps. Okay. So in this space, we've gone for a 6.5 meter robot that's 3.5 meters tall. So we'll be going up into the roof space. We try to maximize the space as much as possible. So Cyrus, bless him, I kept pushing him. We've gone for the biggest channels possible, so that this robot will have 400 fast moving channels inside it that will allow us to dispense incredibly quickly. This machine can output 15 packs every 5 seconds, so I think we should be able to be a lot more efficient and faster than our current dispensing process. Next to the robot, in this space here, we're going to have our autoloader, and once again I went for the biggest autoloader that I could actually fit. So it will start here and it runs all the way to the back of the pharmacy here, so we won't have to waste time having to keep loading the autoloader with stock every time it arrives or waiting for it to clear. It's also one of the more advanced autoloaders that Meditech have, as it has a buffer zone in it, so even if the picking arm is busy, it can still keep loading stock while it waits for the arm to free itself up. So as I mentioned earlier, we were currently using Titan PMR's batch flow system, where we would line up, say, 30 baskets on the shelf. We would then manually go and pick all the stock, bring the stock here, and as you then start scanning the stock, it will tell you put it in basket 1, basket 2, basket 3, basket 4, and so on until it was complete. So obviously with the robot, we're not going to do that. We're going to use Titan's new single basket batch flow instead. What that means is you start a batch of say 30 patients, but instead of having many baskets laid out, you start with patient 1, and as you start scanning the drugs for patient 1, the robot will then send you patient 2. So as you then start bagging and dispensing patient 2, it sends you patient 3. So this is going to save the staff a huge amount of time, as they're not going to have to be going around manually picking stock, and it will just focus on them doing the job at hand, which is dispensing, and also spending time with patients on the counter. So as you can see, we've got our plans here. When the drugs arrive, we're going to, because we've got them gone for the extra large autoloader, we can just tip everything onto there, which is brilliant. And we've also gone for a galley style setup. So coming perpendicular off the robot, we're going to have 3 dispensing benches. Above those dispensing benches, we're going to have a set of shelves as well. So if, for example, anything needs a check or needs a review because it's a controlled drug, the dispensers can pop those baskets on those shelves while they still carry on dispensing from the robot. And as soon as our actually checking dispenser comes along, she can then scan those baskets, review them on Titan Mobile and approve them, and then the staff can carry on and bagging them. So we think it's going to be an incredibly efficient process. So things are now in full swing with the team from SJH Retail. We had to wait until the pharmacy closed today to do the bulk of the work, but now we are closed. You can see they're making fantastic progress and things are getting done very, very quickly. They've nearly cleared all this space. Soon we should be ready for Monday for when the robot arrives. As you saw 2 days ago, we had a full operational working pharmacy here. So the team from SJH Retail have been working really hard over the weekend. They've taken everything away and prepared everything that the robot needs, power and data. In terms of getting ready from the pharmacy side, we've made sure we did all our dispensing as early as possible. We've contacted patients, told them to come and collect to kind of minimise the disruption to them. One of the other key things that we were advised to do by the team at Titan was to make sure we used up as much of our split packs as possible. Well, thanks to OP dispensing, there isn't as much as there used to be, but in doing that, it should make loading the robot in hopefully a few days' time a lot easier. So we had to make quite a few structural changes to accommodate the robot. Originally, there was part of a wall here that, as you can see, we've had to cut this. We've had to put a steel girder across to support the flats above. So that was a huge undertaking, which we did a couple of months beforehand to make sure that there was no disruption or delay when these guys turned up. So that's how it's going to look eventually. Yeah. This is actually the cutout for the ceiling. So all of this here, so they knew the shape this needed to be to make sure that the robot had enough height. Okay. And obviously that's the rear elevation. You can actually see there, that's the wall that's coming across near the door. I think the team's reaction is incredibly mixed. Some of them are incredibly excited, some of them are a bit nervous because they're kind of used to the usual Titan workflows and how everything works. But now there's going to be a huge fundamental change amongst the team, and as they learn how to operate this machine. But on the whole, I think they are really looking forward to it. We like to consider ourselves to be quite an innovative pharmacy, and we love trying new things. We're always testing stuff for Titan, so I'm sure they're going to take this in their stride. good morning. We're at the start of day 4 of the build at Priory, and as you can see it's quite busy here and the transformation is substantial. So the main part of the robot is in and we've got the beginning of the conveyor belt here. I've got Steve's team have arrived back this morning and they're going to start building the dispensing benches and all the other bits that we need here. All the high speed, empty speed cabinets are in, so that was brilliant. If you come down, come round. You can see they're going to next put in the glass, which is probably one of the biggest jobs that they need to do. But we are getting there. So we're hoping that by the end of today, the main part of the robot should all be complete and the main build done. And then we're on to testing and hopefully commissioning very, very soon.
Alright guys, as you can see, I'm inside Prab's dispensing robot, just under 2 months of installation. So let's catch up with him and see how he's getting on. Come with me. So you've got a unique setup, you've got the Meditech dispensing robot, and you've got the Titan PMR system. So talk me through it. A patient walks in and they've said they've just received a prescription from the GPs. What happens?
So the first thing I would do is then use the computer on the counter. We'd look up and see if the patient's got a prescription. And if they do, that's fantastic. And then we can basically just start dispensing it straight away for them. If, for example, the prescription needed clinically checking first, we'd have to do that. But really, this process is governed by the dispensers and they can actually just serve the patient without really disturbing me in the consultation room most of the time.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. So if I talk you through this process and how it looks now with the robot, if I just go label now, as this prescription's come and it's already been clinically checked, we have a button here called request stock. So I'm going to push that button and then what will happen is the medication will be dispensed from the robot.
Ah, okay.
Got my felodipine and all we're going to do is follow the usual Titan process of dispensing. We always scan the 2D barcode that makes sure that the medication is in date, and then we stick the dispensing label on. We go to package now. And we always then scan the label, we scan the box again to make sure there's no transposed labels and that this is the right labels on the right box. We press close package and then we get our bag label. So all of this is done without any sort of need for me to do any checks, and it saves a huge amount of time and it's incredibly safe. So not only is the robot made sure that the right medication's been dispensed, Titan PMR is doing its usual and checking everything for me as well, which is great. So actually I've got double peace of mind now.
So what's the one thing you love about the robot the most?
Probably it's stock control. I'd say, because I do the end of day order every day, I can see exactly what's in there, how many of it is, the brands, the split packs. It just kind of makes sense for me, because that way when I'm ordering I can see what I need to order just to keep it topped up, like my fast lines, our usual stuff that we just use every day. I just feel like it's easy to keep track of it all.
It's definitely sped up my dispensing. Literally I press a button, medication's right next to me. Also, date checking, I don't really need to do much date checking. Every week on a Monday I'll come in and the robot has given me all the short dated medication. Literally I go through here, make sure that it is short dated. If it is, I'll put it in the duping. If it's not and it's still within date, I'll put it back into the robot. All in all, I feel like the flow in the pharmacy has been a lot easier, a lot faster with the robot in place.
The main thing I would say is the storing of the medications and the fact that we don't have to actually put the medications away, because obviously that was quite time consuming generally. So now we can just put it onto the conveyor belt and it would sort of take that in, and in the process of it going into the robot, it also does the date checking. So obviously the date checking side of things is taken away from us also, which that again can be quite time consuming. Generally when you have to do your date checking.
I'd probably say the batch flow, because it allowed you to dispense multiple people at the same time, and when you start dispensing the first patient, the robot will already have the next patient's medication ready for you to dispense. So all in all, I do think it's a good addition to the pharmacy.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in to part 1 of our documentary series on pharmacy automation. In the next episode, we'll continue our journey at Priory Pharmacy, where I'll be interviewing Prab, the pharmacy owner, and Cyrus, Managing Director of Meditech.